Okay, so in this particular class, I will give you the complete information about what is IIT JAM, what kind of entrance exams that can be written by the BSc second year graduate, BSc third year graduate, irrespective of their discipline, whether you are in a biotechnology, microbiology, biochemistry, genetics background, botany background, zoology background. What are the various entrance exams that we can write? Please, every one of you mute yourself and please continue. Okay. Okay, so now all of you just listen to me very carefully. So, what are the various entrance exams are there? We have many entrance exams are there, which we're gonna discuss in the upcoming slides. But among all, the IIT JAM will be the one of the most popular exam. First of all, what is IIT JAM? Who can write the IIT JAM? What kind of institutes will accept the score from the IIT JAM? So we will discuss each and everything. Okay. So I'll quickly introduce myself. So I completed my master's in pharmacy from Andhra University, Andhra Pradesh. After that, I qualified CSIR Net Life Sciences with All India Rank 2, GATE Biotechnology with All India Rank 9, and ICMR exam with All India Rank 19. So I'm having 7.5 years of teaching experience. So I have guided thousands of qualified students who are currently placed in all over the India in all the top research institutes. So this is the recent result of 2022 to 2027. So these people are all are doing their integrated PhD. So they completed their BSc, they have qualified the IIT JAM, and some people qualified the GAT B, and some people qualified the AIMS exam, and most of them are doing the integrated PhD. So most of the people are in IISCs, then for IISc Bangalore, followed by IIT Kharagpur and Banaras Hindu University, then AIMS New Delhi, and there are many other students also are there. Now, what is IIT JAM? Which students can write the IIT JAM exam? The first question. All of you listen to me. IIT JAM is an entrance exam. Entrance exam for what? Entrance exam to pursue your masters. Not only masters, listen everyone. You can do the dual degree. Most importantly, 90% of the students whomever qualify the IIT JAM, they will mostly prefer doing MSc PhD, which we can call either MSc PhD or integrated PhD. Integrated PhD is a very common. Why? Because if you do only MSc, once again, friends, in order to qualify, in order to do the PhD, once again, you have to compulsory write the CSIR net exam. So to avoid all this, what people will do is mostly they will choose the integrated PhD. So it will take up to 7 years. In the span of 7 years, you can finish the MSc also, you can finish the PhD also. Then I will tell you what are the career opportunities also, don't worry. Now, okay, you have qualified the JAM. Which institute will accept this particular JAM score? And before that, every student has to know what are the top research institutes in India. How do you come to know that which institute is top in India? It is exclusively based on the research going on, the type of professors working are there, type of research going on, how many number of publications are there, how many number of PhD holders are there. There are several parameters will decide which institute is better. So from the last 70 years in India, IISc is the top institute with respect to the research. See, which institutes we have to do our masters or PhD? We should give the first preference all the time to the national institutes. What are the national institutes? IISc and IIT. Every student commonly know that IIT is. But for our biotechnology, we don't have much IITs. We have IIT Bombay, we have IIT Kharagpur, we have IIT Kanpur, we have IIT Roorkee, we have IIT Delhi. Then IITs. After this, you have to focus on the IISERs, Indian Institute of Science and Education Research, very famous, reputed institutions. IISER is present in the Bhopal as well as Pune, IISER Kolkata. For our biotechnology, Bhopal and Pune is very famous. After the IISERs, you can choose the NISER, National Institute of Science and Education Research, which is also located in the Bhubaneswar. Then, apart from this, there are many other NITs are there, right? So we have many NITs, NIT Durgapur, NIT Kanpur, as well as the NIT Warangal. There are many NITs are also there in India. So friends, these are all what? These are all the national institutes. So if you want to do the masters, our ultimate suggestion is first to focus on the national institutes. After national institutes, you have to give the highest importance to which institutes? You have to focus on the central universities. Central universities are famous. Suppose example, in Karnataka, we don't have a famous central universities, but South India, we are having many famous central universities. Let's take an example of Central University of Hyderabad, which is extremely famous all over India. Every time in the research, it is top 10 in India. Every time, every time. It's a very famous Central University of Hyderabad, which is located in the Hyderabad. We have Central University of Kerala, which is also very famous, very, very famous. Then Central University of Anantapuram, which is located in the Andhra Pradesh. Right. Even Central University of Tamil Nadu also there, which is located in the Tamil Nadu. These are all central universities. Then I don't encourage any student to study in the, see, I'm not saying that state universities are not good. State universities are very good. But when compared to the national institute, when compared to the state university, national institutes are having highest importance. So that is the reason you should first to focus on the national institute, then you have to focus on the central universities. So if you want to do your MSc or if you want to do your PhD, friends, through IIT JAM, you can enter into all these national institutes. Whomever the students I have shown you here, these all people, especially this guy, he cracked IIT JAM as well as the AIMS also, and he is doing the PhD, sorry, MSc in the AIMS. Remaining all people, they are all qualified through the JAM and they are doing the integrated PhD in the different IITs. Okay, now this IIT JAM exam conducted in how many branches? IIT JAM exam is conducted totally in the 7 branches: biotechnology, chemistry, physics, geology, mathematics, economics, mathematical statistics. Since we are BSc science related students, we will write our exam under the biotechnology, right? And how many marks the question paper consists of? It's very easy. The total question paper consists of the 100 marks. See, in your BSc level and before BSc level, you have done with the MCQs. Here also MCQs are common. But what is special in the IIT JAM exam? Along with MCQs, you also get MSQs, multiple select question, which means that in a single question there are more than 2 to 3 options are correct. That is called MSQs, right? Then followed by the numerical answer type of questions. Only you have to type the values in the examination hall in the computer, which is a purely online exam only. The exam will be 3 hours. Now see, listen, if you see the question paper pattern, we have a part A, part B, part C. Part A is the major part because it consists of the 50 marks. In that 50 marks, all are MCQs. This is the most scoring one. So 10 questions of each is 1 mark, 20 questions of each is of 2 marks. So there will be a 1/3 of negative marking. Negative marking is very important. Most of the students are missing the chances in 1 or 2 marks because of the negative marking only. MSQs, they seems to be very easy, but they're very tricky, very logical. So, but the advantage with the MSQ is you can answer everything because there is a no negative marking. That's the kind of advantage. Numerical answer type of questions also very easy, but you require a good understanding of the concept, good understanding and analysis of the question. Then obviously you can do this. Here also there will be a no negative marking. So total 100 marks. Okay. Now friends, in order to get into any national institute, how many marks you have to get it? That's the good question, right? See, this is the question most of the students are having a doubt. See here, these are all the cutoffs of the biotechnology. So 33 for general, OBC is 30 only. See the ST, SC, PWD category. Out of 100, if you are getting 20 marks, out of 100 I am saying, if you get 20 marks also, you are going to get the seat in the any national institute for the SC, ST categories. So, but most of the people don't know this. They never try for the exam also. Okay. See, if you want to qualify the exam, if you want to settle well, and if you want to do your masters in a very good institutions, first you have to give a try. And you have to gain excellent knowledge on the subject. Then only you will crack it. And see here, 2022 also it is 35. And 21 also it is 34. But friends, let me tell you one important point here. Most of the students are always confused that, sir, if I get 33 marks, will I get surely IIT? No, that guarantee we cannot give. So what I can tell you, if you get 33 marks, undoubtedly you're qualifying the IIT JAM. There is no doubt about it. Undoubtedly. But the point is that in order to get into the IITs, listen everyone, I am talking about general category student first. If you are in the range of 55 to 60 marks, just believe that you can get any IITs in India, mostly. If you are belongs to OBC, if you are in the range of 40 to 50, blindly you can get most of the IITs. For the SC, ST categories, if you are in the range of 40, even ST category, SC category, if you get a 40, even you can get in the IISc Bangalore also. So that's why don't keep the target of 33. You have to keep the target of 50 to 60 marks. See, getting 50 to 60 marks out of 100, it is not difficult. At the same time, friends, it is not too much easy. You require a lot of dedication. Above all, you require a very well understanding of the conceptual concepts, and you should have a great knowledge on the concept. Because, listen everyone, IIT JAM exam is not about checking your knowledge. IIT JAM exam is about application of your knowledge. So where all the questions are application, analytical, logical, graphical, numerical. So these are all what? Which will check your application knowledge. So that's why if you have a good understanding of the concept, friends, undoubtedly you can crack the exam very easily. Now, what is the syllabus? And most importantly, when our IIT JAM exam will be conducted. IIT JAM exam will be conducted every year in the February 1st or 2nd week, mostly in the 2nd week only. Applications will be started from September, right? And admit cards will be released by the January. And these are all the fees details for the female candidates as well as the all other candidates, right? And friends, the advantage is that every aspirant can choose 2 disciplines also. You can write it. Most of the IIT JAM students will do this. Continue, Harshita, whomever joined newly. Some biotechnology, suppose if you are a BSc biotechnology chemistry background, you can do the biotechnology also, you can do the chemistry also, you can do anything, right? Suppose if you are a pure chemistry background, if you are interested in doing biotechnology also, you are eligible, you can do it, right? And now the most important part which we are going to discuss is the most important one, that is the syllabus. How to understand the syllabus, what kind of chapters to be followed, how to analyze every single question, how many number of questions we can expect, everything we will try to understand. See, here I told you total number of questions are how many, friends? 30 plus 10, 40 plus 20. Total number of questions are how many? 60 questions you are going to get in the IIT JAM Biotechnology question paper. But the point is that, friends, listen to me, every one of you, very carefully. Out of 60 question, if you look into the 2023 question paper, 2022, 2021, and 2020 paper, most of the questions will come from biology. I am not saying that all the questions comes from biology. From biology, an average 30 to 33 questions will come. Sometimes, friends, even 35 questions also comes from only biology. Remaining, there is a chance of 20 to 30 questions will come from 3 subjects: physics, chemistry, biology. Sorry, physics, chemistry, mathematics. Before explaining the subject-wise analysis, remember, biology you have to study 10 plus 2 plus 3 level, which means that continue everyone, whomever joined newly, please continue. So biology you have to study up to complete BSc level, which is BSc 3rd year. That is the level we have to read. When I am teaching the lesson, you feel utmost easy and you can answer most of the questions even without reading after listening the lessons. Listen every one of you very carefully. In the IIT JAM Biotechnology, I am talking about biology first. Every single question will come from very basic to the very advanced level. So it is idealized. It is very important. It is mandatory to study the concept from very basic to the very advanced level. Biology. Chemistry also you have to read 10 plus 2 plus 3 level, but the syllabus is very limited. When it comes to the physics and mathematics, it is the purely you have to read NCERT. If you are reading above the NCERT level, you are absolutely wasting your complete time. Okay, there is no point of reading even one single line also extra, above the NCERT level. To be specific, I can say that this is the NEET syllabus. In the IIT JAM also, they just copy pasted that particular NEET syllabus only. So where you are going to get each and every single question from the a very basic level and from the NCERT only. So biology also, please continue whomever joined newly. So we are doing the syllabus analysis. Okay, so whomever wants to join, whomever wants to study the biology, you have to study basic and advanced level. Now you can ask me, sir, what kind of books to be followed? This is the biggest question that every student will get. Suppose now you are all doing BSc second year and you know very well what books you are following. Suppose cell biology, you will follow Ladish, you will follow the Karp. And biochemistry, you will follow the Leninger or White and White. Or genetics, you will prefer the Russell book. Molecular biology, you will prefer the majorly Watson. Evolution, we can read the Campbell biology. Microbiology, we will read the Felger. So remember, plant biology, we can read the plant physiology, especially I'm talking about, we can read the Lincoln and Tays. So friends, for different chapters, there are different standard reference books are there. So what most of the BSc second year and third year students will face the difficulty, because we don't have a great amount of the time to read every standard reference book. What is the reason? Because you have to manage your college, which means you have to manage your theory, practicals. At the same time, you have to prepare for the competitive also. Hence, you don't find a very quality amount of time to cover the standard reference book. So, but whenever we are teaching the lessons, whenever we are making the PPT, every single line, every single word of the PPT are exclusively prepared from the standard reference books only. Hence, because we will cover all the standard reference books, I encourage you to read the book, but if you don't have a time, if you don't find a quality of time, you no need to read the standard reference book. You follow our PPT. Before the PPT, what is more important? Lesson. The lessons are more important. You have to know very depth of the concept. Lesson, PPT, and if you read Pathfinder, that is more than sufficient. I am giving you the guarantee that every single question, I am saying, suppose example 33 questions are coming from biology, we can say blindly 30 questions will come from whatever we are going to discuss in the classroom. Not even one question also never go beyond the level what we are teaching and what we are discussing. So what are our syllabus? Look into this. If you look into the syllabus, we are having the first unit of cell biology. Friends, cell biology, you have read in the intermediate PUC first year also. You read in the BSc also. You are going to read the same cell biology in the MSc also. So what we have to read here? You have to read every cell organelle. Whenever you are reading the cell organelle, in the PUC level, we studied very basic. Here, you have to study the basic structure, function. We have to study little advanced. All the enzymes present in that particular cell organelle, and very, very, very important, the diseases related to the deficiency of that particular enzyme. Let me ask you one very, very simple question. Any one of you, please answer me, just try it. Which cell organelle is involved in the process called as apoptosis? What is apoptosis, friends? Programmed cell death. Is it? What is programmed cell death? Every student commonly know, right? When the cell born, cell will divide, cell undergo the differentiation, and cell has to die compulsory. If the cell wants to die, that death of the cell only we can call apoptosis. What is the enzyme that is required? Okay, there is an enzyme called as caspases. Caspases are called as apoptotic proteins. So where these caspases are actually present, they are actually present in the mitochondria. So why we won't give the answer of lysosome? Lysosome contains just an enzyme called hydrolytic enzymes. Hydrolytic enzyme function is what? They will break down any biomolecule. They break down carbohydrate, they break down lipid, they break down protein, they break down sulfur linkage. They can break down anything. But they can't, see, they can destroy the cell also. But which cells can be destroyed by the lysosome? The cell which become older organelle, older cell, the cells which are not functioning, those can be digested by the lysosome. But what is the question asked? Which is involved in the apoptosis, programmed cell death, which is the mitochondria. So this kind of very straightforward little tricky questions we can expect the question. We can expect in the exam. Now I want every one of you to answer my question. You know, right? Everywhere once the protein got synthesized, it is very important, friends, protein has to be modified compulsory. If the protein is not modifying, protein never be functional. If the protein wants to modify, we have to add the sugars. So there are two type of addition of sugars. We can call N-linked glycosylation, O-linked glycosylation, which means to the nitrogen of the amino acid we are adding the sugar, to the oxygen of the specific amino acid we are adding the sugar. My simple question to all of you, you read it. Where is the site of N-linked glycosylation? I am asking, in which cell organelle N-linked glycosylation takes place? Anyone remember? You read it. So N-linked glycosylation occur in the ER lumen. Whereas, friends, O-linked glycosylation will takes place where? It takes place in the Golgi complex. Right? These kind of questions, friends, we can expect in the cell organelles, cell biology, which is a easy chapter only. Very good, very good. Now all of you listen to me correctly. Which is the most important chapter that every student has to understand is biochemistry. Why? Why biochemistry is more important? Rather than saying important, I can say to many students it is difficult, because most of the students will feel understanding biochemistry and learning biochemistry is a very difficult. That is what you people will feel. But let me tell you one important statement to all of you, friends. Biochemistry, of course, it is important, it is difficult, but you know, even in your interviews also, when you are doing suppose if you're trying to do integrated PhD, or if you're doing MS in IITs, you have to face an interview, also formal interview. That time also biochemistry will be highly useful. In your PhD project also, biochemistry is very important. Why? Because from biochemistry you can get every type of a question: logical, numerical, graphical, statement related, analytical, matching based question, all. So you tell me, how can I define the word biochemistry? Biology you have to study, chemistry also you have to study. What I mean to say, you have to study the biology of biomolecule, you have to study the chemistry of the biomolecule, which means you have to study the chemistry of carbohydrate, chemistry of protein, chemistry of amino acid, chemistry of lipid, chemistry of nucleic acid, chemistry of enzyme also. At the same time, you have to read carbohydrate metabolism, which includes glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport chain, oxidative phosphorylation. You have to read complete proteins, primary structure of a protein, secondary structure of a protein, tertiary structure of a protein, quaternary structure of a protein. The question asked in the exam, you only answer my question. Which is the major stabilizing interaction in the tertiary structure of a protein? In the tertiary structure of protein, which bonds you can observe majorly? Majorly, which bonding, which force, which interaction can be observed in the tertiary structure of a protein? This is the question asked in the IIT JAM 2021 paper. You all people know that disulfide linkages are very common in case of a tertiary structure of a protein. Let me ask you a very simple question. You know very well. Which amino acid is involved in the formation of a disulfide linkage in the protein? Any one of you? You read it. It's not any difficult question. You read in the BSc first year itself. Any one of you? Which is involved in the formation of a disulfide linkage? Friends, in case of, we have 20 amino acids, right? There are sulfur and, cysteine and methionine and cysteine. But remember all the students, methionine is just containing sulfur, that's all. Methionine is not directly involved in the disulfide linkage. Only the amino acid cysteine that is involved in the disulfide linkage formation. This is also kind of a question that we can expect in the exam. Every student answer, you all people read it. Think and answer my question. Think and answer. What is the total net ATP released in the glycolysis of a cellular respiration for one glucose molecule? Friends, listen my question once again. What is the total net ATP released in the cellular respiration of glycolysis of one glucose molecule? You know it, friends. You read in the +1 also. See, this is how the competitive exam. Don't say that you don't know the answer. You know the answer. See, friends, I have just asked all of you to tell only the net ATP released in the glycolysis only. So what is the total net ATP, friends? The total, very good. Someone answered, right? See, why Harshita got confused here? I have not asked the total cellular respiration. That's what I repeated the question twice. I have asked a question. What is the total net ATP in the cellular respiration of glycolysis? I have asked. In the glycolysis process, you get gross ATP of 8, net ATP of 2. When they ask you a question, what is the total ATP released in the cellular respiration? Then you have to choose the answer of 36 to 38. This is overall cellular respiration. That is not the question asked. The question asked is what? Just how many number of how many number of ATP are released only in the glycolysis per one glucose molecule. Same way they can ask the question, how many carbon dioxide are released in the Krebs cycle? Very important. These are all very commonly asked question. And most of the students, they will just read the glycolysis Krebs cycle. They never ever read the regulations. We always get most number of the questions from the regulations. So reading the regulations are extremely important for the exam. Always very important. So in the glycolysis, there are 3 regulatory enzymes are there. Krebs cycle, there are 3 regulatory enzymes are there. How they are going to regulate various processes and their biology. So I can say that, friends, biochemistry is like a ocean. If you want to qualify the any exam, IIT JAM, AIMS, GAT-B, TIFR, biochemistry is a mandatory chapter. Very important and unique chapter that every student has to read this. Then genetics. Genetics, friends, you will get all type of question. You will get the questions from the Mendel principle. You will get the question from extra Mendel principle. You will get the questions from pedigree analysis. You will get the questions from linkage. You will get the question from recombination. You will get the questions from structural and numerical alterations like deletion, duplication, inversion, translocation. You will get all the questions from mutations, different type of mutations, right? Then another very important chapter where you can expect a maximum number of questions in our paper, that is the mol bio. I want every one of you simply answer my question. You read it in the +12. Which enzyme is involved in removing coiling during the DNA replication? Which of the enzyme involved in removing the coiling? Sometimes they will call removing the stress. Sometimes they call removing the tension during the process of the DNA replication. You know it very well. No, I am asking a question which is removing in the coiling. You know, no friends, which will open the DNA? The helicase enzyme will open the DNA. Whenever it is opening the DNA, it creates a lot of tension. Because of the tension, what happened? Trishla try to understand. See, that's what most of the students will get confused. I have not asked you a question which is unwinding the DNA. I have not asked you a question which is opening the DNA. No. What I have asked you, which is removing the coiling. Unwinding or opening is called as what? Helicase. See, you know, right? Our DNA consists of thousands and thousands of base pairs. So all these base pairs can be break down by what? Helicase enzyme. So when the helicase enzyme breaking these hydrogen bonds, the DNA undergo the coiling like this. So who will remove that coiling? You know, right? The enzyme called as a topoisomerase enzyme. Is it? topoisomerase is the major enzyme which remove the coiling. I have not asked all of you which is unwinding or which is opening. Coiling removed by the topoisomerase, which is tension released by the topoisomerase, and the enzyme which is involved in opening is the helicase. Now, last and very simple question. Very, very simple question. You know very well, you studied many number of times. RNA polymerase enzyme. What is the function of RNA polymerase enzyme which is involved in the process of transcription? Now, question is very simple, friends. The RNA polymerase enzyme, is it dependent on the DNA or is it dependent on the RNA? That is the question. So, RNA polymerase, is it a DNA dependent RNA polymerase or is it RNA dependent RNA polymerase? Any one of you please give me the answer. This is also asked a 2022 question in the JAM. Very basic level, these are all. We are not talking anything about advanced. Very good. Mini listen, Trishla, very, very good. It is always DNA dependent RNA polymerase. See, every student commonly know that RNA polymerase is the enzyme involved in the transcription. There is no doubt about it. Absolutely true point it is. But friends, listen to me very correctly. But RNA polymerase enzyme getting the signal from where? Information from where? Because you know very well, DNA is the one which is controlling everything. DNA is our genetic machinery which contain abundant amount of information. So that information only converted into RNA. So undoubtedly RNA polymerase always getting the information or getting the guidance from the DNA. That's why it is called DNA dependent RNA polymerase. We never called it as the RNA dependent DNA polymerase. Last and simple question. I believe that you will answer me. Reverse transcriptase enzyme. Every student know it very well. You are studying from the +1 also. Reverse transcriptase enzyme function is what, friends? From the RNA molecule, what it is a synthesizing, friends? It is a synthesizing DNA molecule. That is the function of the reverse transcriptase enzyme. Every one of you know it very well. My question is very clear to all of you. Reverse transcriptase synthesizing the DNA. So which enzyme will synthesize the DNA? DNA polymerase enzyme synthesize the DNA. So reverse transcriptase is a type of DNA polymerase only because it is synthesizing DNA. Now you tell me, now the DNA polymerase, is it a RNA dependent or is it a DNA dependent? So my question is, reverse transcriptase, is it a DNA dependent DNA polymerase or is it a RNA dependent DNA polymerase? That is the simple question. I want every one of you to answer. Please answer, everyone. Just give me one moment. Yeah, you people can answer it. So we're facing little difficulty in writing. So I will just... Someone has given. Wonderful, Trishna. Very, very good. Very good. It is RNA dependent DNA polymerase. Wonderful. Why do I call the RNA dependent DNA polymerase? That's a really, really, really good question, right? Why it is RNA dependent? Because it is getting the entire signal or the entire information from where? Undoubtedly, friends, it is getting the entire information from the RNA molecule only. That is the reason only we call it as the RNA dependent DNA polymerase enzyme, right? So I want you to understand and remember the concepts very correctly. Okay. Last, see, because right now, whatever the questions I am asking all of you is the direct and straightforward questions, which was appeared in the IIT JAM previous exams only. My last and very, 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 very simple question to all of you. Okay. See, you all people read the process called as translation, is it? Whenever you are reading the process of translation, you know very well in the translation means which is the protein synthesis, which bond has to be formed, friends. There should be a formation of the peptide bond. Now my question is very clear. What is the name of the enzyme that is involved in the formation of the peptide bond? What is the name of the enzyme that is involved in the formation of the peptide bond? Everyone. Which is involved in the formation of the peptide bond. Every one of you. Friends, you all studied, right? It is, someone has given the answer. Wonderful, Mini. It is called peptidyl transferase enzyme. I want every one of you any one of you please give me the other names for this. Friends, peptidyl transferase also called as catalytic RNA. And this name you have read many times. Peptidyl transferase also called as ribozyme. It is not a ribosome, friends. We are calling it as what? Ribozyme. Not to get confused and not to forget this. You can ask me, sir, it is an enzyme. Then why are you calling it as a ribozyme? That's a good question. It is an enzyme. There is no doubt about it. But friends, it is having catalytic RNA activity. What, friends? It is enzyme only. But the activity is a catalytic RNA activity. That's why we are also calling it as the ribozyme. So friends, in a simple line, I will tell you, if you follow my lessons, you will understand. You will understand all the concepts. In the molecular biology, what we have to study? Replication, transcription, translation, and gene regulation. In both prokaryotes also, eukaryotes also. Prokaryotes, eukaryotes, prokaryotes, eukaryotes. You have to read a very depth of the lac operon. You have to read very, very depth of the tryptophan operon, where you can get a very simple but extremely logical questions that you can expect here. Then microbiology, it's a microbiology. Most of the time you are going to get a very direct and straightforward questions, majorly from the classification of bacteria, their economic importance, useful bacteria, classification of the viruses, the disease that caused by them, then classification of the fungi and disease caused by them. Mostly you are going to get the very straightforward questions only. Then plant biology. Now see here, before 2022 we used to call plant physiology. Now what they have done, they have added extra topics. They converted plant physiology into the plant biology. And trust me, plant biology and animal biology, you will get minimum 8 questions. That much important. Plant biology, animal biology, ecology, biotechnology. At most important topics. I never encourage any one of you to leave anything. Let me ask you one very simple question to all of you. I want you to answer. What is the most important protein in the human body? Animal kingdom. Please don't say no. What is the most important protein in the animal kingdom, in our body? I want you to answer. Nothing will happen if you give the wrong answer. Any one of you, please try it. Please don't sit silently. Okay. Wonderful. Collagen is said to be the most abundant protein in the animal kingdom. Why? Why we can call collagen is the most abundant? Because friends, it is present everywhere. It is present in the ligament. It is present in the tendon. It is present in the bone. It is present in the muscle. It is present in the uterus cavity. It is present everywhere. That's why it is called most abundant protein in the human body. My simple question to all of you is, which is the most abundant protein on the planet Earth? This is also asked a question in the JAM. What is the most abundant protein in the planet Earth, on the planet Earth? You all people know, friends, you read it many times. Most abundant protein on the planet Earth. Friends, which is called Rubisco, right? You know very well, you read in the +1 only. Why do we call Rubisco is the most abundant protein on the planet Earth? What is the reason? Friends, if you take any leaf of any plant, any leaf of any plant present on this planet Earth, 40 to 50% of every leaf contain Rubisco. That's why Rubisco is said to be the most abundant protein on this earth. Never ever confuse and never ever forget. Now tell me, friends, very simple question I am asking you. What is the most important hormone? I am asking. Most important hormone in the human body, animal kingdom. Human body or animal kingdom? Someone answered. So Mini said insulin. Anyone else? Anyone else? Please answer. Try to say something. No problem whether it's right or wrong. Speak. Because friends, this is not a theory exam that you can read for some times and you can reproduce the same in the exam. No. This is entirely different. Okay, it's a competitive. Anushka said cortisol. Very good. Anyone else? Okay. Mini said insulin is the most important hormone. So you can understand, right? Suppose example, who is going to secrete the insulin? We all people know that pancreas is going to secrete the insulin. Now all the students try to understand my words. Suppose my pancreas is not working. My pancreas is not working, which means that my pancreas is unable to synthesize the insulin. But friends, even though pancreas is not synthesizing the insulin, I can take the insulin externally from injections. Yes or no? In many diabetic people, insulin production was not there, but still we are taking the insulin externally, right? Then it cannot be a very great important hormone, right? We can take it externally. Cortisol, it is the stress hormone. Cortisol is going to release only during the stress conditions. It's not going to release in other condition. And Harshita said thyroxine. T3 and T4, they are exclusively responsible for maintaining the basal metabolic rate. Right. So you know, right, when the people are having thyroid infections, the T3 and T4 levels are abnormal. Correct, na? So that time also we can take them in the form of a supplements or in the form of a diet. But friends, what is the most important hormone in the animal body is adrenaline. Listen, all the students, try to understand my statements. I am not saying adrenaline is most important because of the flight or fright action. This is what you remember. No, this is one of the reason. What is the major reason? Try to understand me. Adrenaline is the most important hormone which will control cardiac output. Such an important statement it is, which means it is the one which is responsible for blood flow to the heart, to the liver, to the kidney. Suppose example, all the students listen. If the adrenaline is working normally, the blood flow to the heart is normal. Suppose every one of you listen my statement. A person is smoking continuously. A person is smoking on a daily basis continuously. So the smoke, the cigarette contain what? Tobacco. Tobacco contain what? Every one of you know very well. Tobacco contain the nicotine. Correct, na? Friends, whenever the nicotine released in the blood, what happened? Nicotine immediately increase the level of adrenaline in the blood. When more adrenaline is released in the blood, what happened? More blood flow will occur to the heart. Then friends, because of the excess blood flow, heart stops pumping, which leads to heart attack. That's why the people who are doing continuous smoking, they frequently get the heart attacks because of the fluctuations in the blood flow, which is elevated by the hormone adrenaline. So that's why we can call adrenaline is the most important hormone in the animal body. Not to get confused. Whatever the hormones you people said, all are absolutely true. There's no doubt about it. But when compared to above all, adrenaline have the highest importance because without heart, nothing is going to work. So that's why adrenaline is said to be the most important one. Then when it comes to the evolution, friends, you have to study all the theories of evolution. Darwinism, Lamarckism, then all the experiment, Oparin, Haldane, Miller experiment. And if you get a very difficult question in the evolution, you are going to get the questions from Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. You are going to get the question from the numerical also. You are going to get the question from graphical also. Even you can expect the question from the statement related also. At the same time, you have to focus on the geological time scale. At the same time, you have to focus on the evolution of the human being. And the very unique chapter, very unique chapter, that is what? Ecology. Why ecology is gaining a lot of importance? Friends, if you look into any exam, whether it is a set exam, state eligibility test, net exam, national eligibility test, even the NEET level, even the what we can say, our IIT JAM and other competitive exam, they will rise more number of questions from the ecology. That's the reason you have to give the highest preference to the ecology throughout your syllabus. It's very important, friends. In the ecology, friends, you have to study various things. If I ask you a simple definition of ecology, what you are going to read ecology? From the individual, we are reading up to biosphere. So when you are reading a individual, you have to understand what is the habitat of individual, what is the niche of individual, how individual avoid the competition. Group of individual belongs to the same species, we can call population. So we have to study population ecology. Group of populations called as different populations called as community. So we have to study community ecology. Group of different communities called ecosystem. We have to study different ecosystem. Group of different ecosystem is called biome. We have to study different biomes. Group of biomes is called a biosphere. So friends, starting from individual till the biosphere, we have to read A to Z in the ecology. One of the most biggest topic which we have to read very briefly, from very basic, from very advanced. But in our IIT JAM exam, most of the time the questions used to get a very basic level from the ecology. So that's why I encourage all of you not to leave the ecology. Biotechnology, we have to majorly focus on entire rDNA technology along with this applications. Okay. Now, every student has to answer my question. Very simple question I will ask you. You all people studied in the plus 12 also. You all people studied, and you biotechnology people has to answer this question. My question is, you all studied the first plasmid discovered or identified, which is the PBR 322. You all people read it. My question to all the students is, from which bacteria PBR 322 is isolated? That's a simple question I'm asking. From which bacteria PBR 322 is isolated? Very simple question. You are all biotechnology people. You have to tell this answer. Okay, it's a very simple question I asked. You read it. You read it in the 12th also. Anyone? See friends, listen. PBR 322 is the first isolated. Someone has answered. Okay, Harshita said E. coli. Okay, all the someone said E. coli. Trishla said E. coli. I want you to understand my words. Friends, PBR 322 is not at all isolated from any bacteria. This is wrong statement. Okay, PBR 322 designed in the laboratory. It is not isolated from any bacteria, friends. It is designed in the laboratory. See, you know, right? Every plasmid contain ORC, plasmid contain selectable marker, plasmid contain restriction site. This ORC we have taken from different bacteria. The selectable marker we have taken from the different bacteria, and we designed PBR 322. Not to get confused, you have not isolated from any bacteria. Friends, that's absolutely wrong statement. See, such a simple question, not only you, 100% of the students will give the answer of E. coli only. PBR 322 is not isolated. It is a designed vector in the laboratory. You know, right? We are having three type of restriction endonuclease: type 1, type 2, type 3. You have to tell me, among these three types, which is most widely used in our rDNA technology? Which is most widely used in our rDNA technology? Anyone? Simple question only, not a direct difficult question I am asking. Okay, not a problem. You might forgot, that's all. But you know the answer, which is the restriction endonuclease type 2. Very simple, straightforward questions only you are going to expect from the biotechnology. When I'm teaching the lessons, you will get a wonderful idea. Then the next one, methods in biology. Remember everyone, what kind of techniques you have to study? You have to study UV, IR, NMR, CD, circular dichorism, RIA, radio immunoassay, ELISA, as well as microscopy. These techniques are very important for our IIT JAM biotechnology. So friends, this is how you have to read the biology portion, which is a very important major portion. Physics and chemistry, other teachers will take from IIT. So it is pure NCERT. You have to read a pure basic level only. So remember, getting 50 to 60 marks is not difficult if you really dedicate yourself 6 to 9 months. Let me tell to all of you right now, you're all in the second year. Second year is the right time to start the preparation for IIT JAM. Why? Because even though you disqualify in the first attempt, you can qualify in the second attempt. Now listen to me. Suppose you are all qualified, completed BSc, example, with 9 CGPA. What is the use? Tell me. What's the use? See, I'm not denying that academic percentage is not important. Academic percentage is very important. But if you are doing a MSc in a college called XYZ, see friends, I'm not degrading any college. Maharani College is a very good college in the city of Bangalore. If you come out of the Bangalore, no one knows about Maharani. If you come out of the Karnataka, no one knows about it. But if you are from IIT, if you are from any national institute, what it will give? It will give brand. I never tell to anyone, if you do your MSc from the IITs or NITs, your life is settled completely. No, that is wrong statement. What I'm trying to say is, if you do your masters from any national institute, you learn many things. The way of settling in your life become more. The point is that you will get more opportunities compared to the other students. So this is the major use. Even though you get 9 CGPA, even though you are a university gold medalist, if you don't qualify any competitive exam, people will start saying that you just by hearted in your complete BSc and MSc. So gaining knowledge is important along with the marks. Marks is very important, friends. Marks are very crucial for the interviews, but gaining knowledge is important. See, most of the BSc student really don't know what to do after BSc. Most of the people don't know what exams you can write after BSc. So the first exam you can write after the BSc is IIT JAM, which is one of the major exam. For what it is? For all national institute. Next one is called GAT-B. It is not GATE-B, friends. It's a GAT. Okay. This is also for MSc entrance in various IITs. Then you have to write TIFR exam, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. Then the fourth and very important exam, most of the students don't write, AIMS. You have to believe me, AIMS biotechnology question paper is a very easy question paper. Very easy question paper. You have to write this. We will train you elaboratively. Then followed by CUET, Common University Entrance Test for the post-graduation. Friends, these 5 are the national level, major national level exams that every student has to write compulsory. So if you dependent on only IIT JAM, you never succeed. You have to concentrate on all. Through any of these, you can enter into the national universities and central universities at least. These 4 help you to get into the national institutes. CUET only for the central university. Of course, central universities are extremely good. Now, the most important one, the new batch is going to commence from from tomorrow only. And the timings are also very flexible. The timings are 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. After August, we will make it 6 to 7 a.m. Okay, 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. and evening 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Okay, every single day, Monday to Saturday, the classes will be conducted. Once the chapter is over, you will get all the chapter wise test as well as you will get the mock test. If you pay for one exam, you can take the coaching absolutely for all other exams also. Okay. And I am telling to all of you, I am not a type of a person that will ask everyone pay the fees, then only you will get the good coaching. So always remember, from my mouth, you never heard the word called pay the fees. You never. So the only thing is, we will focus on extremely high quality of coaching and will help you to reach your career, to reach your target in your career. See, very shortly before your BSc completion of your BSc, I will promise you, if you work hard, undoubtedly you can reach into a top national institutes in India. See, let me show you the example here only, friends. Don't think that these are all super intelligent students. Whomever we thought, all are below average students. I am not saying that average students also are all below average. But why they succeeded? The only reason is that hard work. Extreme level of hard work. You require 98% of the hard work and you just require 2% of intelligence, only 2%, in order to crack any competitive exam to get into top institute in the MSc. Right. Even, we will do the interview with all people and they will also share the valuable tips and tricks, how they cracked the exam and how to get into the IISCs or how to get into the IITs. Okay, so and from tomorrow, the new batch is starting from the 6:30 a.m. You people no need to pay even a single rupee fees also. First, you people can take 10 days of absolutely free classes. And after 10 days, I will conduct the test on the first chapter. Once you get a good score on that particular test, you will get the scholarships. After that only, you can pay the fees. Even after that also, we will give the installments as well as the discounts. But I'm telling you right away only, without any hesitation, I will help the people who are really hardworking. Once again, I'm telling you, I'm telling you directly without hesitation. I will help the people who are hardworking. I never help the people who quit in the middle. There are many people in this particular slide. Why they succeeded, only reason is none of them couldn't get it in the first time. In their second year, no one qualified. Everyone qualified when they are writing in the second time. Sometimes first attempt they qualified, they lost in 1 or 2 marks to get into the top institutes. So once again they have written the exam. And this is not a tough exam. Whatever you are going to read in your college, the same thing you are reading in an application based. The same thing you are reading in a competitive manner. So if you work hard, so will be there to help you till the end, till you enter into the IITs in any top institute, in any top institute for your MSc program. That assurance we can give. So I know very well, words are different, actions are entirely different, right? So that's what I'm saying you. First you take the classes for 10 days, then you can easily understand it. Okay, so you can read about my profile as well as the all the student feedback reviews. So this is the Google, you can get all the reviews, whomever qualified the exams and whomever doing the PhDs and MSc in the different institutes. You can get all the feedbacks and all their ranks, all their result, everything you can get in the website as well. Okay, so mostly I will try my best to visit your college in the month of July ending or August first week, depending on the your college availability and the time slot available. Very shortly I'll come and I'll give you one orientation on same all the courses for the second year and third year students. But if you do late of your preparation, you never succeed. I'm telling you very straightforward and directly. So always try to focus and start your preparation very early. Okay, so that's all for the session. Now I'm requesting all of you, please ask me any kind of a doubt. Any doubt, starting from preparation till the career opportunities, you can ask me any kind of a doubt. No need to hesitate. Whether it's a small doubt or a silly doubt, please raise your doubt. Any doubt you can ask me. Is that fine? Okay, that not a problem. If you feel hesitated to ask the doubt, Mini having my number, you can take the number from Google and you can message anytime in order to ask any kind of a doubts. Okay, then how to join the classes? So whomever is interested, kindly message me by today evening. I will share the app link. You have to just to download the app. That's all. So all the classes will be through the app itself. Okay. So whomever interested, please let me know. I will share all the details with everyone. Okay. Okay, friends. That's all for now. I'll see you in the next sessions. Okay. Please don't hesitate. If you find any kind of a doubts, you people can ask me anytime. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you.